When do you think everything's gonna calm down?
I think after the elections.
You think?
I feel like around Christmas,
Because the holiday will kick in
you know, like people away. Gonna be in the holiday mood. Like, here's the thing: people already tired of everything, you know, being locked down, and then with the holiday season, you know, after like November 2nd is the election.
Because they'll know who's president. They don't give.
They'll know what are you gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing: I have a feeling that if the impeachment would have worked back in January, we would have not had this, like the Rona stuff. But the impeachment fell through.
I know.
But do you know who benefited the most? China.
Yeah.
Their economy is skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Our economy, it's a
because the Corona messed it up, right?
Well,
we were doing good before Corona, right?
Our economy was great.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. Like, I'm not expert in other things. I'm not even expert in that, but I can tell you our economy before all this happened, it was skyrocketing. Yeah. Like I was busy. Like we were busy at work and everything.
Mm-hmm. I got a raise because the economy was doing good.
Since I actually got like $3 raise at work for since the economy started doing good.
Yeah, and then once the Corona hit, everything kind of got rocky.
Well, I still have the same pay. The hourly pay, but I could have made more if would have kept like the same way. And I'm like, I just feel bad for a lot of small business owners that they have lost like their businesses. I'm like, that just, you know, like people have put like their lives in it, and you're just like taking everything away. But I hope everything, like I said, that's my feeling that I have. Like,
hopefully that's everything that happens, right?
Yeah, and in 4 years from now, we better be ready for some other BS that's gonna happen to us. That's how I see it, because it happened in like 2016 or something.
Yeah, we
had like which virus was it? I forgot.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know which virus it was, but dude, I was listening to the people talking about the past, saying this is nothing. Look at everybody's doing fine. Everyone's eating. When the
Spanish flu.
The Spanish flu killed millions, dude.
Yes.
Depression here when the economy went really bad. What was it, in the 40s or 30s?
No, that was like during the Spanish flu. Yeah.
Okay.
That was when the economy went down to.
People were eating in line with soups. Like, just to get a soup, you had to stay in line. Like, nobody could go grocery shopping. It was that bad. This what we're living now. This is nothing, dude. Well, we're living in. You get to work. You're making money. I get to go to the grocery store, eat food, buy food, whatever I want. I go to McDonald's if I want. People act like this is the end of times and stuff like that. That's what I've been hearing. Like, the people are going crazy. Like, this is not the worst. I think 9/11 we had it worse, because how many people died in 9/11?
A lot.
Then our soldiers going over there to Afghanistan, thinking, you know, that the war's over there, and a lot of soldiers died over there.
Yes.
And then our economy tanked down, right? After that.
Yes. It was bad.
So I thought it was worse then than it is now. Right now, everybody's making money. There's a lot of things that's just kind of weird.
Like, people are still going shopping, and I actually never stopped like working.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I just kept going to work, and I wanted to go to work, and also it's kind of weird that how is it we can say something is a pandemic when it has like a 98% survival rate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it has to be,
exactly.
It has to kill a lot. I mean, I'm not saying it's okay that people are dying.
No.
It's bad, but it has to be a lot, you know, a lot more. Like, let's say 50, like 60. Okay, then I would be worried. This is real.
This is
real,
not
real,
even
real.
like, this is just 1%.
Yes.
Or not even 1%.
And they're like, oh, we have so many cases. But I'm like, Also, I've heard stories that people who have not tested, or they have been in line to get tested, they just get like busted. Like they just like say, "Oh, you had the virus," and some of them don't even have like symptoms, you know. But here's the thing: if you get sick from anything, if you have something like going on with you, it can be fatal, you know. I had like pneumonia when I was 12 years old, like 12 and a half. I nearly died. Like my mom had to give me mouth to mouth.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
And I haven't been sick since then, but that was I had a pneumonia, and it started.
And what was that? Like a normal flu?
It started in the flu season, and I'm gonna power through, you know. And it just in a week it developed pneumonia. I had like when they do like the X-ray, I had like a dots on my lungs.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and yeah, I like when I was sleeping, my mom was telling me you just snore like a freight train, you know. And that night I nearly, like, my fever went so up that my mom had to like do like a CPR on me.
Wow.
So I know what, you know, when you get sick, what happens,
Yeah.
you know? And I was only 12 and a half years old.
That's crazy, dude. But that's normal flu. I hear that
Started
all the
with
time.
flu, and I was healthy back then.
Yeah.
So everything that you don't treat, or if you have something going, it can like develop. Because I wasn't treated. I was, you know, I was a kid, you know. I was still going to school. Yeah. It's just the flu, you know, would cough a little bit, you know. But it developed to something more because I didn't care. I'm like, I'll be fine, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, the only time I've been sick since then is when I got, like, how you call it, strep throat.
Oh yeah.
And that thing is bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Like, I was actually having fever, chills. I'm like, I've never had this in my life. It was my very first time when I got it here in Arizona. It gets white. I'm like, damn. Yeah. But that's the last time when I was sick was when I was 12 years old. But I was really sick.
Yeah.
From flu. And people were saying, oh, well, like this thing can also like give you pneumonia. I'm like, flu can give it to you also.
Yeah.
And I know it
hits your lungs. It hits your lungs. People back then died, and people think today, oh, this is new. No, this is the same shit.
Yeah.
And when they, I was hearing when they put you on those respirators, it's real bad because the respirator's taking over. And your body basically thinks, okay, this is going to keep me alive. It gives up. And it keeps you breathing. But once you turn off that machine, you're dead, you know?
This is my opinion when this happened. How is it that you can keep a healthy people at home? When you build up your immune system, you build it by being outside in the dirt, right? Yeah. You're playing, you're touching stuff. Your body, that's how your body just develops the defense mechanism in you. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, if you keep like healthy people at home, your immune system gonna drop because your body knows that you're now safe inside, you know? And it's not, and now when you're gonna get outside, all the bacteria and everything, and boom, you'll get sick. Yeah. That's why I never stayed home. I'm like, you need the sun, you need the sunlight to hit you, you know?
The vitamin D.
Yes, you need all those. I'm like, you cannot keep healthy people at home. No. Like a lot of people have
makes you weaker, I think.
Yes, when you stay in bed all day. I've done it.
You start feeling sick, huh?
You start feeling sick. You just don't want to do anything, you know.
Lazier.
Yeah, everything. You're lazier, you know. But as soon as you get up, you go out, you start feeling, you know, alive. So I'm like, it's the same thing. Do not, you know. I'm like, you gotta keep moving. You know, you gotta. If you let the sickness take over you or the laziness while you sleep, it's gonna be bad for you.
Yeah.
And that's why I was so against it. I'm like, do not keep healthy people at home.
Yeah.
They're like, well, there's people who have, you know, cancer. And I'm like, I understand, and I'm like, we also need to pay attention to the other stuff that actually like kills people around here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was the other day. I was like thinking, I've seen so many donations for like cancer cure in the past 20 years. I'm like, how far are we from like finding the right thing? Like, it isn't funny. Like people are like, oh, we're gonna donate like $1 million, like $5 million towards cancer, and I'm like, it's been 20 years. Y'all haven't figured that out yet. Like, what's going on out here? I'm like, I have a feeling that I'm not saying that they're not working. I feel like those funds are going in someone's pockets. No, I'll be for real.
I
I'm
know.
like,
I think the same thing.
I've heard like NFL says, oh, they have that, when they have like the pink, how you call it?
The breast cancer?
Yeah, awareness month or something, like cancer. And they're like, we're gonna donate like $5 million. I'm like, $5 million? And I'm like, and each year you hear, I'm like, so where'd those money go? I'm like, I'm curious. Someone is like putting that money in the pocket and just give like partially to the people who have to do like the research.
I thought a lot about that a lot of times. Like
a lot of people have NFL players have said, oh, like, I'm just gonna give money like for the coronavirus right now.
yeah.
I'm like, okay. Drew Brees gave like $5 million. Some other guy gave like I'm like, and you still cannot find anything with all those money, also like from the government that give. I'm like, what's going on out here? I'm like, where'd those money go? I'm just curious. I've been always curious. I'm like, when
I know.
Okay, I understand it's been only like 6 months since they're saying it's a new virus. I feel like it might not be, or I have a feeling it might be like man-made. But I'm like, when it comes to cancer, and I'm like, it's been more than 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, all those money, where'd those money go? How come we don't? I'm like, well, there's still cure on it. I'm like, no. I'm like, Big Pharma has to make that their money.
Yeah.
They're like ripping off people, with the treatment.
It is, man. And I'm telling you, they could easily do it, especially all that money. How many millions that is?
Dude, I can tell you, NFL gives the money every year for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, where those money at? I'm like,
there's nothing to show for it,
Yes, I mean, the radiation, but that's not very healthy.
No, it kills all your when they do what is it?
Radiation.
Yeah, the radiation, the chemo, whatever.
Chemo.
Therapy. It kills all your good cells as well as
correct.
And that ends up. They said there's a higher percentage of people dying that go through that than surviving.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's not working. We gotta.
Like I said, where'd those money go? Who keeps the money? I'm just curious about that. I've been always curious. I'm like, everyone is like donating. I'm like, maybe they're just saying it, but they're not doing it. So I'm just like, there's a lot of things that
I think they're doing it because they don't lose. These companies, they look good when they do that.
Oh yeah.
And they get tax break on that. So say like they donate 50 million, and they tax it. They end up winning on that, and then they look good. So there's a lot of things like that. So and then who's taking that 50 mil or the 5 mil or whatever? I don't know, man.
Those are my. I'm like, where'd the money go? I'm like, it's been so many years that I've heard like, oh, we're gonna like donate towards this charity, this and that, and then I'm like, okay, can we be more advanced? It's freaking 2020. I'm like, can we at least get better treatment?
Yeah.
Than the radiation, which is like people losing their hair.
Yeah, it's sad, man.
Yeah, it's pretty.
You know what's sad is the kid one too. The children have cancer and all that.
Yeah,
that is so sad, man. I see that stuff and I go, what the fuck? How come they can't? Like, there's nothing here. What's going on? Like, I think like how you're thinking, like with the money. What is the donation going to? Like, is it paying the family's bills, or is it going to the medical? Like,
Yeah,
where's
like, I'm
the
like,
proof?
where the
Where's
funds
the proof?
go? Yeah, I'm like, are the funds going towards the people? The treatment is expensive. It's expensive. So I'm like, is it going like towards the people who need those money to pay the bill at a hospital, or is going towards the scientists?
Yeah.
Like a better
trying
lab,
to figure it out.
like better lab.
Oh, I need this scope to really see what I'm looking at. And
I'm
you
like,
buy that scope, but
like,
is it really?
I'm like, is it going like towards them, or is it going towards the families who need money?
Yeah.
Because when they're saying like when they're saying we donated money towards cancer, I'm like, are you doing it for the research, or are you doing it for
Yeah.
for the people who need money? Like, let's say, okay, this family needs like their bill is like $50,000-$60,000, which I heard can go up to that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if it's for them, then I understand. It's good.
That's what I figured too. Like, is it paying their bill? But then I hear later on, we had to figure out how to pay this bill.
Yeah,
and
you
we
see
had to sell
lot
mortgages.
of
And the thing is, like, I get worried about that too, because like it's like, is it scientists? I was hearing something that money pays the people taking care of the patients.
Oh, like the nurses.
But that's what I was kind of hearing off, from another person's.
I wouldn't be surprised if it goes like
but
them.
That's a lot of money. I mean, billions, and where's the research here? You don't hear the scientists complaining.
No, well, put mine in the pocket.
Yeah,
it's a fair share.
They probably need, like, they probably need $50,000 for like this new machine, right? Or $100,000, right? But where's the rest? Like,
yeah, like I said, I've heard, like, I know NFL donates like a buttload of money. I know other people. I've heard Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
What's this other guy named?
Bill Gates.
Him. All those guys are. We're gonna give money.
Donation.
It's cool. If I had if I had those money for sure, I don't care. Like,
children's research, cancers.
like to help like people be healthy. Like, why not? But then I still don't see a whole lot of progress.
Nothing for, like you said, like 20 years.
Yeah,
since I was a kid, I seen this. Until now, it hasn't changed.
It hasn't changed a whole lot. They said it's gotten worse. Like I said, it's gotten worse with the radiation. It's bad for people. I'm like, y'all cannot figure out anything else.
Not just the cancer. Like, say the kids dying in Africa, right? So much millions are donated, and they're still poor. And still asking for money to this day. I'm like, do you know that they said that here in the United States could have fed so many people with just a few million? So I'm like thinking, a few million could have fed those African kids. Same thing. So for years, like 10 years or something like that. What the hell's going on?
Some Akon, if you know him, like the rapper.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Akon.
He's actually made. I mean, it's true, and he actually have provided electricity for a whole, like, a village or a city.
But he's doing it. He's going over there doing it. He's actually doing it.
If you just sit at home, if you're rich and you just make a phone call, okay, I'm gonna give this, like, people, let's say in Nigeria, $5 million, and you don't go there just to look what's going on.
Yeah. They're gonna take that money.
Enjoying those money. It doesn't make sense. I'm like, because I've heard a lot of like rappers, they just give money, which is nice. I'm like, that's good, but I'm like, how come there's still no kind of progress? Like, people are still struggling from that part of the world. I'm
just
like,
sitting there.
I'm like, why we don't pay attention to like the hungry people that we have around the world? I'm like a lot of people. I have a feeling that more people have died from hunger than the Rona.
Oh yeah,
a lot of people, but we don't.
Just this year.
Yeah, just since January all the way till now, I guarantee you that more people have died from hunger.
Like just Ethiopia, Ethiopia.
Yeah.
So many kids right there dying, all anorexic.
Yeah,
imagine how many died just because the hunger.
Just the hunger, just that, not sickness. Just people cannot afford food, on the table, have died. But that's the thing. That's what like I said once again, the media is what they want us. You know, like to know and see what they empower. The power of media is so big right now. The influence and everything.
Well, you know, like right now is the presidential stuff and Corona, right? But no one's talking about Save the Children.
Oh, that's yes.
The movement with
I have been vocal.
Dude, there's 8 million children missing just this year already. 8 million, and fucking Corona's not even 150,000, and that's what they claim. Like I was saying,
fake numbers.
Yeah, so this is ridiculous, man.
It's cover up. It's all I've been very like I've been posting about Save the Children, and you know I'm like, why the media doesn't pay attention? Why when these people are talking on TV don't be like, yeah, pedophilia exists. It's real. We have like sex offenders all around us. Like I received like a mail for a registered like sex offender
in your neighborhood or something.
In my neighborhood.
Yeah, we got one too.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. It don't matter
and
where
I'm
you
like,
live.
Can we more pay attention like for the kids? I'm like, it's like parents need to also, you know, you gotta be careful if you have a kid, you know, like it can be snatched. Like I've seen a lot of people like kids are missing, and I'm like, but the media just Corona, COVID-19, it's all over TV. I have yet to see somebody to come out. This is a real issue that we have right now. The kids, you know, that the kids are missing, you know, like what happens to those kids? Like who does it? I'm like, how come that dude Epstein? You know, like what was? Oh, he just killed himself? No, he was killed. That's for sure. He was killed. Like I saw a picture of the dude that he was in the same cell with. The dude was like 6'3", like 6'2", all like buffed up. He would have just like squeezed the crap out of him. I'm like, but I hope those things gonna get exposed, especially for the kids. That I don't have kids of my own.
But you feel for them.
But of course,
got nephews, innocent. Cousins.
It's innocent, you know, like kids. Like I have like one of the things that I hate like most in my life that I cannot stand is kidnapping kids and like using them, pedophilia, and when guys are abusing like the females.
Oh yeah,
I have
two big things.
I have met so many girls in my life that have been raped and abused.
Oh yeah,
by also close
beaten
family like members, and I'm like, why we don't like pay attention to that a little bit more in our communities? It's when it happens, like you might have a neighbor that you don't know him that well, but he's probably abusing his daughter or his wife. I'm like, why don't we? Because that's, you need to have a, I don't know, something has to be done for it. Yeah. But we don't hear on TV.
Yeah, you don't hear that stuff.
No, because you know, like, oh, who cares? We're just gonna go by what's more convenient. Oh, we're gonna put like COVID-19, and then
I don't know why
we're gonna like turn around. We're gonna like turn around in a few months of the elections. Already, I've noticed who like the World Health Organization and like CDC, they have came out with some stuff. Oh, what was wrong about this? They were like, it's okay to have, no, it's not okay to have masks, right? If you remember in the beginning, oh, mask is not doing shit. Now all of a sudden, oh, mask is gonna save your life. I'm like, so which one is it? Yeah. I'm like, and that I never fell for it. Yeah. Even when I'm like, nah, this something is sketchy.
The mask is just a thing for the other side to make you feel better, and then the other side is just saying, well, we can't fight it because
you gotta stay 6 feet apart. Yeah. I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't fall for that. I'm like, you know, Albert, your brother's homie. You know.
Oh, Albert, yeah. I
guess he had it. And I went. I'm like, I hugged him. I'm like, I don't care, bro. I'm like, just, I'm like, you probably had a flu or something. I don't know. You probably had STD, maybe. Like, it wasn't the Rona. I was like, no, like, it wasn't that. I'm like, you did not have that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you, and it just like the power of the media is so like, I try to stay out.
Yeah.
I try not to read whole lot into it.
Yeah.
Because it's mind blowing. Whatever you can find out there, it just,
It's crazy.
But for some, like I said, Save the Children was actually blocked by Facebook for a day.
I know.
I'm like, oh, it doesn't follow the guidelines. I'm like, so people can post like butt naked photos out here, but when Save the Children, it just doesn't follow your standards. I'm like,
that's how Twitter is, man. You could have porn on there, but Save the Children, they were blocking it.
I don't have Twitter anymore. I just deactivated my account because it's too toxic.
Yeah, it is.
It's
pure porn right there, dude.
I
like,
know.
nothing wrong with porn, but like I'm saying, like they don't even care. They only want one side story. They don't. You can't.
If you're gonna keep it with, if you're gonna allow porn on it, you should allow almost everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm like, now when something like trying to raise awareness for, oh, we're gonna block it. Like whenever we want to do. That's what I'm telling you. The media is trying to control people.
Yeah.
That's why I do use Facebook, but I try to use it for memes and stuff like that. I don't go so much into it, but I'll make a comment or something like the dude that got shot like 7 times.
Yeah.
I made a comment. I'm like, he was not a good person, and
resisting and everything.
He raped 14. I'm like, why we don't go back to that girl that he raped? That's 14-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
Why we don't pay attention to? She's scarred for life.
Mm-hmm.
She's scarred for life right now. Why we don't raise money to help her? But they actually raised money for his hospital bill. I don't know. They raised money for him. I'm like, really? So now if
it's just people out there that are blind.
I'm like, so now if I go, I don't know, if I go do a crime and stuff like that, and people gonna celebrate me if I get shot by the cops? I'm like, that's where we at right now? And I'm like, I don't care about the skin color. I'm like, I don't see it as a racist thing because he was not a good person. He had warrants, he had everything. I'm like, and now we're gonna make him a hero? I'm like, just no. I'm like, he had it coming, honestly. Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know where's that girl's father, but that girl's father should have like shot him like a long time ago for what he did to him. Yeah. I know if I had a daughter, and if some dude have done that to my 14-year-old daughter, I don't know. I would have like get him castrate first. No, for real. Like
I know what you're saying.
You gotta be like sick in your mind in order for you to do that to to a young girl. And I'm like, he's sick. He's not in his right. I'm like,
and they make him like a hero. That's what I hate.
That's what bothers me because here's the thing. I've seen unjustified shootings to people, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not pro cops, but I'm not anti.
Yeah, I'm not anti. Dude, I've been in a situation where cops saved my lives and shit.
Yes, and I'm like, now you're trying to defund the police. I'm like, no problem. I'm like, do it. I can defend myself. But what's going to happen when some 50, 60-year-old lady gets attacked, robbed? Then you'll see how it's going to be. Or if you send your daughter, like 21-year-old daughter, outside in the bar and some dudes, how are you going to feel then?
Yeah.
Because for me, honestly, you're going to attack me. I have guns. I can defend. I can fight, It's okay, and it's only me. I don't really care. Like, what's gonna happen with the people who cannot defend themselves? You're trying to defund the police. I know that they're not the best.
Yeah, you're gonna have bad and good.
We have bad people too.
Yeah,
we have some rotten people around. It's unfortunate, but that's how we are. And I'm like, dude, do not. If you're trying to make the world a better place, you gotta start in within, not the cops.
No,
you can have a better selection process, you know?
Yeah.
A little bit more training. Let's say you, instead of, I don't know how long is like 36 weeks you can graduate? I don't know.
I think so.
Or like 6, 7, I don't know how long it is. Make it the process a little bit longer. Put them in a lot different situations, you know? But you cannot like defund it. Like it would be bad for a lot of people.
Big time.
You know, I have a feeling that if that happens, I mean, Joe Biden have said that. I mean, I don't know if he really said it, but he also tries to ban like guns or something.
Oh yeah.
Get more strict like gun law. I'm like, do you know how many people own guns and you trying to like take them away from them?
Yeah.
Like people
it would go crazy.
I have some of my coworkers. They buy a lot of guns. Like they build guns. I know people buy parts for guns. Like it's their hobby. But guns kill people. I'm like, no.
Crazy people.
Yes, people kill. I'm like, if you don't pull that trigger, that gun is not gonna turn around and just like shoot you right here. You know, you just. I like the background check that they do. You know, the ATF. You still. I mean, you can never know what's in someone's mind.
Yeah.
But at least you know.
For this many years, he's been good.
Yeah, you know that he's not a felon. He's buying a gun. You know, like people can. Like their mind can go wrong, but you know, I'm just like I like the background process to be strict like that, because not everyone should carry.
No,
that's what I think at least.
Yeah, if you're a little loony.
Yeah, so I'm like I just hope when everything's gonna calm down right now after the elections, we just gotta power through, and that's what I do every day.
Yeah.
I just go to work. I'm like, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better,
In New York, did you drive trucks over there?
No.
So when you got over here, you did.
When I got to Arizona, I got into all that. It was, I was kind of choosing what to do because I spent some time in a restaurant.
Oh,
business.
Yeah.
And I wanted to switch careers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like driving.
What were you, a chef?
Huh?
Were you a chef?
No, I was
a waiter. Oh, okay.
I was a waiter.
So you just want to change career path?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. That business is very overwhelming.
Yeah.
It can be.
It wasn't for you though, huh?
I mean, East Coast people and West Coast people are a lot more different.
Yeah.
Big difference. People over here want you to be more cheesy, more smart. When I was working on the East Coast in the restaurants, people mostly care if you're on time with your refills, if your food is on time,
Yeah.
And sometimes
they don't care your attitude, huh?
I mean, sometimes they don't even want the waiter to interrupt them, you know, because people talk, because people are more busy, they work. So, let's say me and you go and just get a drink and food. We just, talk like me and you, the waiter should not, interfere unless, just bring us the food or for drinks.
I remember that when I just went to a McDonald's over there and there was nowhere to sit and they were like, it was my turn next, right? That lady looked at me like, come on.
Yeah.
It's a rush there.
Fast pace, people do not. Over here, it's a lot more chill. It took me some time to adjust myself. People are more chill over here. People.
Arizona and California, the same kind of.
It's almost the entire West Coast. If you go up in Oregon, I've been in Oregon, Washington State. People are a lot more chill, laid back. They like to do more activities. They're just looking forward on the weekend. I used to work 6-7 days a week when I was in a restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was and I was working a graveyard shift from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Oh, shit.
So then on weekends, we'll have drunks coming in.
Oh, okay.
You have to you have to deal with drunk people and this and that. So, and the people didn't really care how much talk to them. You can ask them, hey, how was your day? And I'll be like, no, it's fine. Just let me order. Just let me get my shit.
Yeah.
They don't want you to,
It's a little different attitude, huh?
Yeah, and it's fast paced. Like I said, it's over here. People are laid back,
Yeah.
I watched the other. I don't know if are you following that dude? TMZ Tucson.
Yeah.
He posted for some dude at IHOP.
Oh yeah, dude, he
did you
blew
saw
up.
that?
He blew up at the waitress, right?
He blew up. But if that was on the East Coast, especially in New York, some other person would have stand up and smack him right there.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean you cannot talk to a girl because here's the thing: if your food is messed up, 90% is not her fault.
Yeah, yeah.
It's it's like the people in the back. But even though if the food is like messed up,
Yeah.
you don't go off like that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what was his reason. I guess they were rude to her kid.
I don't know. And I saw the apology video he did, but the thing is, he should have not blown up like that.
No,
At all. Anyways, he
funny
should have just told her, "Hey, I don't like how you're talking to my kid," but she would have apologized, and they would have been on.
Call the manager.
Yeah.
What's funny that when I was in Chicago, because I did live there like for some time. I was also working like a diner, so there was a group of like young ladies. They were probably like 21. I mean, I'm not that old, but they were young. They were like 21. So I was like 23 at that time. So I get the order. So she asked for over easy eggs.
Okay.
She ordered eggs, bacon, and hash browns or something. I think that was her order, if I can remember. And I bring her food, and I gave her the eggs were wrong. So she was kind of drunk. So what she did, she just threw the eggs at me.
Oh no shit.
And everybody like turned around, and there was this girl that was sitting across. She snapped at her. She wanted to, grab her and just. I'm like, no, it's okay. We ain't gonna do fights. I just look at her. I'm like, you're like, you give me the wrong eggs. Can you do your fucking job? That's why you're here. I'm just looking at her. I'm like, it's your lucky day. First of all, you're female. That's the biggest issue, And second of all, is the alcohol talking. You have to see, because I served like drunk people before in my life. You have to kind of be okay. It's the alcohol talking,
Yeah, yeah.
But this dude looks sober, and he just. I'm like, poor girl, man. Like, come on. You can complain. I've complained like many times.
Oh yeah.
At restaurants, but I do it nicely. I'm like, listen.
Yeah.
It's a wrong order. Like.
Yeah, I don't put them on the spot where you don't blow it up in front of everybody. Hey, this is wrong. I just say, hey,
I would never argue like that with a waitress.
Me neither.
Some...
Not only that, I told a few people that are at my table. They do that. They get mad. I'm like, dude, you know what they're gonna do back there? You don't know what they're gonna do back there. They can start rubbing their eggs on their huevos, their own huevos, and then you're gonna eat it. Don't mess with the waitress and the cook. They're making your food.
There's a rule: do not mess with the people who serve your food.
Yeah.
If it's wrong, you can. I've had also rude waitresses. I mean, here's the thing. For me, rude. I kind of have understanding. Because I've been in that like business, you can have a bad day. Some other customer can be a dick, everything. But bottom line is, if you have issue, I would talk to the manager. I would get up and go and find a manager, be like, hey, this is what's going on. She's being rude, And if I'm the manager, okay, I'm just gonna take the meal out and have a nice day. Mm-hmm. Get your food, eat, and go. We don't have to argue. We don't have to make it. And plus, he's a business owner.
Yeah.
So how would you feel now if I take my car to the car wash, and I snap at you like that? What you gonna do? Because I can easily go and be like, okay, your dude missed a spot over here, or he scratched my car, and just snap out of it. How you gonna feel at that moment? Because he's a business owner.
Yeah.
So you have to,
basically, you're going to tell him, hey, here's a free car wash for next time or whatever.
No, I wouldn't. Here's the thing. The only, he can learn, even he can do an apology. The only way that he going to learn if someone does it to him or to his employees.
Yeah.
Just pull out there and just be like, this is what happened, or your employee was rude, or your employee was, messing with my car, just for a small reason, you make it like such a big deal.
Yeah. You blow up on people.
Yeah, that's the only way that he's gonna learn. Not the people saying, like his business. I mean, yeah, if they can mess you up your business, like people will stop going.
Well, it's funny that you say that because supposedly that guy that blew up the thing, he owns a car wash.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
Like, what if I take my car to his car wash and then be like...
Blow up like that?
Yeah, blow up like that just for basically no reason that you're a person who,
They should do that. Somebody should do that.
I'm just telling people in Tucson, just do it. That's the only way that he's going to learn, like how to act around people. Not doing a cheesy ass apology.
Did you watch the apology video?
I did. It was just...
A lot of people were saying that he was drunk on there. Do you think he was?
I don't know. I thought he was drunk when he blew up too. The way, I mean, I don't know the dude.
Yeah.
Like some people
the way
just
he did
talk like that. I thought he might be drunk, but he did look drunk on the video. So I don't know. But he wasn't.
I would never do that, even if I was drunk. But that's just that guy, He's like that.
Like, this is a trick, and I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why they got her is I've heard a story that
I'm already thinking what you're thinking, but
take over.
That
Joe Biden is not gonna finish this.
I already think of the same thing you're thinking. I think they know he's sick.
They know.
And he has like Alzheimer's or something.
Yeah.
And they know, but if he wins, what's gonna happen? He's gonna claim that he has Alzheimer's or something, and it's gonna automatically.
It's gonna be like
Harris,
at least like 2-3
presidential.
months. It's gonna be like 2-3 months that he's gonna be in the office, and they're gonna be like, okay, this is not gonna work. When they give the inauguration, that's what it was called.
Yeah.
It's in January or February.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. I feel like after that they're gonna be like, okay, boom, he cannot do the job, and
they're gonna give it to her.
Over.
Yeah.
If she takes over, I've read some of her stuff. Like, you were in California, what you did to California. I'm like, I'm worried. I'll be worried.
Dude, she sentenced a lot of people for petty crimes.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, she said she's one of the people that sent people to prison for crime they didn't commit for years, and they justified it,
Do you know what's funny? That she gave statements about Joe Biden back in the past about him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she called him a creep or like something, and now she's running with him.
I know.
If you cannot beat them to join them, I guess that's how we're gonna live.
I thought about the same thing. I said, they're gonna commit him, saying that he's sick or something. There's no way he could run, and they're gonna give it to her.
Yeah.
And she's vice president. They have to by law.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
She'll run the country.
And then if the vice president cannot do the job, then it goes to the Speaker of the House.
Something like that.
Yeah, it goes. And then I don't know, it never happened in the American history to go down like that. If the vice president cannot do the job, I don't know.
I'm thinking the same thing. I think it's all planned.
That's why they found her. And plus, she claims to be a black woman.
She's not. She's, like 25%?
Her mom is Indian.
She's 50% Indian. She's 25% white, and the other 25% black.
But she puts herself as a
black
woman.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, you can put yourself as a, I don't know. I'm like, what also like bothers me, why do we have to identify ourselves?
Yeah, or race.
When you go and fill out
an application or something.
Why does it matter?
Yeah, I know.
I'm a human being.
I can see a police report like to identify the person.
No, I feel
but to identify for a job.
I've also felt when they do those for the jobs, because you know how people are saying, "Oh, at this company they don't have enough."
Yeah.
Minorities. So the company is also trying to cover their ass. So okay, I hire people.
Yeah.
Color.
I'm sure, dude.
Because you know how people gonna be. If there's not that thing, they're gonna turn around and be like, oh well, they don't want to do that because they don't want to hire like people of color.
Yeah.
So you can never make people happy. That's just how I feel. I'm like, we can never be satisfied. No matter what happens, we can never make people happy.
Yeah. I don't know where today. I just hear Biden and Trump. I don't know any other renegade.
Bernie also.
Oh, but he dropped out. Well, he just said fuck it.
He's like 105 years old.
I know. He would have died midway before.
He was also promising like. What bothers me mostly when people are saying we're getting free healthcare. That's the biggest scam.
How are you gonna do that?
No, you can't. We're gonna be like Canada. The tax is gonna be high.
Yeah.
That's how you do free healthcare.
Yeah.
I've talked to many people from Canada.
Yeah.
It's not free.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They gotta take it from somewhere.
They're gonna take it from my tax. So now let's say if you make $1,000 a week, I'm just talking out of the blue, and let's say if they cut you like on like $200 for taxes, if you get a free healthcare, they're gonna cut another 100 probably. I'm just talking on the top of my head.
Yeah.
Not, I'm like, it doesn't work that way. It's not free.
Yeah. Nothing's free.
Nothing's free, man. We all know that.
Yeah.
Come on. Who we're lying? As the Canadians about their taxes, people saying, "Oh, that was like free a tuition." It's not going to be free. I'm just letting you know, because if you want free tuition and free like healthcare, they're gonna hit you on the taxes. The government is gonna take the money away.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, is this? And someone's saying, but the system. I'm like, is the system right now perfect? Most certainly is not. Can you make it perfect? I doubt it.
Yeah. No, I don't care what president in there. They can't make it perfect.
No, there's always gonna be a flaw because that's how we are humans. We're not like perfect. We make mistakes. We're gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
But if you think that free healthcare and free tuition is gonna make it perfect, hell no.
No, fuck no.
I don't know.
But here in Arizona, you can own as much guns as you want.
I know. Like I said,
ammo and everything.
I just took the class to get informed. But interesting. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you have like taken that class.
No, I haven't.
But let's say if I break in your a garage, you cannot shoot me because there's a wall between me and you. And I tried to argue that over there. And I'm like, so if it was like there's a door, so you're not in immediate danger to me.
Yeah.
So since there's now, if I cross your door, then you have the right to shoot me. But if I'm in your a garage and they usually, I'm like, so you can't do that.
I heard a bunch of friends tell me this. They would say, "Oh, I would just if someone tries to break into my house, I would shoot them right away." I go, "Dude, it's not that easy." I go, "There's laws." I go, "You can't just kill anybody. You gotta have evidence that they're attacking you." Or any kind of weapon.
Immediate danger to you.
A lot of people would say, "Oh, just shoot them and then drag them in." I go, it doesn't work that way. You got to prove that. You got to prove that they are attacking you.
Correct. Like, let's say if I'm in your yard, you still cannot shoot me. You have to hide like to a safe place and call the police.
Yeah.
But if I'm in your yard, just you cannot just shoot me like that because if you don't kill me, I mean you're gonna get charged with manslaughter, whatever it is. But you can't do it. I thought the same thing because I was like a knucklehead like before I took the class. I'm like, well, if he breaks,
because the word of mouth, people talk and you hear it all the time.
Yeah, you can shoot
shoot them and drag them in your yard.
Yeah, the dude that was telling me, he was like, nah. He was like, bro, you like he was telling me, he was like, you're gonna get in so much trouble. You can wind up in jail for many, many years.
Yeah. That's the thing. I tell people, I go, I was thinking of taking the class because it's just to have it and say, I maybe like you said, you learn something.
It's informative. I mean, you can get a lot of
good information.
Yes, it's useful to get all those information though, so you can know like what to do. After all, you have a family, and everything.
Yeah.
You should know, like what to do, and I mean, I know this is a nice area, but shit happens.
Yeah, shit happens anywhere, man.
Yeah, like when was I heard like gunshots like the other night close to my apartment?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like I heard. I'm like, dang, someone is. I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone's just shooting in the air.
Just shooting in the air.
But that's illegal too.
Yeah.
So this is what happened to me at the Fry's on Irvington.
Yeah.
So one Sunday I had to work like for like 2-3 hours. So I went to work, and usually on Sundays I do my grocery shopping.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I go after work. It was like 11 a.m. I walk into the store, no mask. I buy my groceries. I see one person that I work with. I say hi. I finish shopping. I mean, I go at the register.
Yeah.
And then the lady's like looking at me. Is like, "Where's your mask?" I'm like, "I don't have it. I'm sorry. You know." I'm like, "I don't wear one. It's hot. I just got off of work." I'm like, "I'm healthy, you know." And then she started going off on me. We're never gonna get out of this. Yada. I'm like, "Lady, I'm not here to tell you if we're gonna ever get out of this or what." I'm like, if you don't want to ring my groceries, I can leave, you know, it's not a problem. Just let me know and I'll walk out. And then she rings my stuff and she keeps like talking and talking. I'm just like, you know, like I got no time for this. I leave and I go to work the next day. It's Monday. And my supervisor comes and he's like, "I don't care what you do on your free time, but why do I have to receive like a phone calls about you?" I'm like, "What do you mean?"
A phone? That lady called your work?
Someone from Fry's, since I was wearing my work shirt.
Oh, they knew your work.
They called the company. They told about me that I wasn't wearing a mask, and I was off the clock. So I'm like, well, I didn't argue with her. They left a message saying he was arguing. I'm like, I wasn't arguing. I just told her, I'm not gonna tell you, you know, if we're gonna get over this or not. It's none of my business. I'm just here to shop.
Yeah.
If you wanna talk to me about it, we can exchange like phone numbers. We can go and grab a beer. We can talk about it. Not here, you know. And then then they left a message and
so how did she know you? Like she described you or something?
Yeah, like and I live like literally 8 minutes from my job.
Oh no shit.
And my boss, he knows.
Yeah.
He was like, "Was that you?" And I'm like, "It was me," but I wasn't arguing with her. I'm like, I just like told her, I'm like, I really don't care. If you don't want to ring my stuff, I can go. So since then, it's been a month. I haven't went to that Fry's.
Damn, that's crazy that she went out of her way to call your work.
But I was off the clock.
Yeah, that's too. Man.
I called like the next day, and I told them I just want to know the person that did this.
That's crazy.
Like, they never called me anything, and I haven't stepped a foot over there. But I always shop at Fry's since I moved over here.
Yeah, you always went there.
Yeah, like they have the gas points, you know, and everything. Yeah. I'm cool with it.
So what do you do now? Go to a different Fry's or something?
Yeah, I got the Fry's on Ajo. and they don't give me trouble.
They don't care over there, huh? Or is it mandatory, the mask?
I think so. The governor
I know
made it.
Walmart is mandatory, but you go in Safeway right now, you don't have to wear it. But you see a lot of people just wearing it.
Here's the thing: when it comes to the mask, it's weird for me. People are wearing it when they're inside their cars, like just by themselves, and they're walking down the street.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't you read what are they all about? Yeah, like you're driving your car, like it's probably not good for you.
Yeah.
To have it, like I was just driving here and there's like a trail.
Oh yeah.
I saw a lady running with a mask on.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, why are you doing that to yourself?
What do you play on when you're on the PS4?
No, I grew up on PS4 on PlayStation. But I switched Xbox like 7 years ago.
No shit.
I never looked back.
You're the first guy to tell me that.
I grew up on PS. I had a PlayStation 1.
What made you change?
I don't know. I tried the Xbox and I really liked the graphic. And I had both. I had like PS4 and Xbox.
Yeah.
And I do my research on things before I switch to something.
Yeah.
So, same TV. I plugged in the PS4, put the same game in, played it. Okay. Then I plugged in the Xbox, same game. The graphics, you know. Like some people like PS4 because of the controllers are smaller, you know. I like Xbox because the graphics is better, you know. And I grew up on PlayStation, and I had it both. But
do your history. That's why I tell people when you go vote, don't listen to left or right. Just do your own research.
Yes.
Check it out. And then you make a decision on what you believe in.
Don't watch the media. Do your research on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Just do what you feel. Don't get... I feel like we are very pressurized right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people are very like pressurized. Like there's so much pressure for the people. Oh,
if you don't...
They've put so much fear into the people in guilt. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are scared and they feel guilty.
Yeah.
A lot of people now feel guilty that these black men that are being killed, it's because they voted Trump into the office.
That's what a lot are thinking.
No, it's not that. After all, like I said, Minnesota is a blue state. After all. And I also watched like the footage for like George Floyd. What he did. He was also
a criminal.
Resisting arrest.
Yeah.
If you saw. So what the cop did was right. I'm like, you cannot stand on some dudes. Hey, did you saw the video from the dude that was also killed here in Tucson? From standing on their neck?
Yeah.
Well, that fool was naked in his grandma's garage.
Yeah.
And he was on drugs.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And y'all going crazy about it.
They're gonna blow it up because they have to. I mean, the other media has.
Oh yeah, the media.
They're gonna love this.
Clicks. Hey,
throw it up there.
The social media lives from clicks and clickbaits and all kinds of crap. Just to open and read their shit. And
it'll build their media up, build them up.
The empire. I mean, if you see all these like TV networks, they make a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, I tell people, I'm not a red or blue. I'm independent, but I can lean towards something that that I can see it's more like a realistic, because I also don't like when the Democrats are just like lying to people right now. Oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do that. I'm like, no, you won't. Yeah. In order to pass a law for something, it has to go through the Senate. Have to vote on it.
Yep.
Even though if you think that you can change Trump, in order for you to enforce something, it has to be voted. The Republicans are gonna be like, we ain't gonna pass it.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi or
worse even. But I'm like, if you don't vote it in the House, if it doesn't pass, it's not gonna happen. That's why I'm like, do not promise something. Do not try to promise utopia. Promise something that's doable.
Yeah.
Promise something that that we all can be like, okay, that can happen. I can see it happening. It's doable.
Yeah.
Don't try to promise me that I can teleport myself from here to work, and then when you get into the office, you'll be like, oh, well, wait a minute. We cannot take the human body apart and just like send it somewhere. It doesn't work that way, bro. So I'm like, don't promise me that I can, something that I know it's kind of virtually impossible to happen.
Yeah.
So I just hope that people will make the right choice.